I fell in love for the first time at 26. Head over heels, hopelessly gone, to the point where I realized that anything that ever happened to me up until then where I had thought I had been in love was wrong. I had been super infatuated, but I had never been in love. My sister said, "What's it like?" I said, "It's like if there was a liquor store robbery and they came in with guns, I would stand in front of him so that he wouldn't get shot." And she said, "Oh my God, you're completely nuts." So I was like that. I met him on a blind date. I was fixed up against my will, didn't want it. 2 weeks later, I moved in with him, something I had refused to do with anyone up until then, and I had a few offers. We were together for 3.5 years when he announced that he wanted out. And I thought the whole world had turned black and went into a massive depression and wouldn't come out of the house. And there was an intervention by some friends of mine. I was totally devastated. But one of the problems about this was that we had both recently become Buddhists. And if I was to believe in the philosophy of cause and effect, I could not reconcile this happening to me. So I tried to go on, but we would go to the same Buddhist meetings. And he got involved with a young blonde girl who was one of my Buddhist members. I was responsible for her. But the end of the story, 10,000 Buddhists in muumuus went to Oahu for a convention. We were in the hula bowl, and I look across, and in the sea of blue and white muumuus, there he is with his arm around this woman. And I thought, I can't. I jumped up, I ran outside, and we're in Hawaii. I don't know where I am, but I could see the water. I run out to the water, and I run down the beach. I was also a runner in those days. I run down the beach for at least 2 miles, and I'm sobbing. And there's a small cave, and I go over and I get into the cave, and I'm doubled over, sobbing my guts out for I don't know how long. And I finally calm myself, and the sun is starting to go down, and I'm sitting there, and down the beach comes walking my ex-boyfriend and the blonde. They walk by me on the beach and never see me sitting in the cave and go on walking down the beach. I'm at least 3 miles away from the hula bowl, sitting in a cave. And that's when I started believing in Buddhism. And that's when I started reconciling the heartbreak. I sat there and I opened up my hands and said, okay, I give in. And I understand now, I'm starting to understand now the lessons about letting go and love in different forms and forgiveness and a lot of things. Although for a year afterwards I really couldn't see him. But eventually I did see him, and we are still friends. I've never loved anybody I don't still love. I guess he would be the prime example, but he crushed me. He broke my heart, and I never had my heart broken. But when I put it back together, it was mended, but it was expanded in some way, that I got a life lesson from it. And I was able to deal with it, but it was soul crushing. I was like, the first time, I just knew I'd spend the rest of my life with him. I just knew it. And to have to deal with the fact that that wasn't going to happen. That even though I loved with my whole heart and soul, it was not enough. That was the lesson to learn.